Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Veterans Day originated as an Armistice Day on November 11, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for annual observance, and November 11th became the national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays all tribute to American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to our veterans who have served their country honorably and during war or peacetime. I would like to introduce my mother, Benita Davis. She decided after high school to go into the Army. She served 11 years in our service, and we would love to honor her today and appreciate her for her service. Thank you.
Hello, aviators. Thank you for watching. Today I will be interviewing Benita Davis. She is a member of the military. So Miss Davis, can you tell us what branch of the military did you serve in?
I served in the Army.
In the Army, okay.
Yes.
What made you want to join the Army?
My main reason for joining the military is because I wanted to be like my aunt, because she graduated from Alliance also. And when she graduated, she left and went into the military. So she was like my role model at the time. So I joined the...
Follow in the role model's shoes.
Yes.
Did anybody react weirdly, or how did your family react to you wanting to join the Army?
The family, they were good with it, because it was like we were following each other. So we came from basically a military family.
Okay. And so while you were in the Army, what title were you able to get to while in there?
While serving in the military, I was an administrative assistant.
Okay.
And I reached the rank of E5 sergeant.
Okay. So tell us, what was a normal day in the Army like?
A normal day in the military was get up at 6, you do PT, which was physical training, and then we would go to work, and about 5 o'clock we would get off, and then basically the rest of the day was ours.
Just do whatever you want?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Unless you had special duties afterwards.
Yeah. So what were some of the since you had a lot of free time, you have to have some good memories from there. Did you have any fun moments you can recall?
There was a lot of fun moments. It's all about what you make of the military and the people you get in contact with and hang with. You learn a lot of different things while being on active duty, because it's like a whole bunch of people coming from different areas of the world, the U.S., and you just get together and do different things together.
Do you have a lot of friends? Everybody to party with, have fun nights?
Sometimes.
Break the rules?
Oh, you didn't want to break the rules. No, break the rules had consequences.
Yeah, did you ever find it hard being away from family?
In the beginning it was kind of hard, but then after that it was like...
kind of started to enjoy the you time.
Yeah, and you kind of fill in the gaps. So...
Okay, so where all did you go while in the Army? Did you mostly stay in the U.S.? Did you ever go out or go to any other states?
I went to other different states. My first duty station was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left from there and went to Germany for 3 years, which I enjoyed. And then I came back to the States and I went to Fort Huachuca, which is in Arizona. And then after Arizona, I went to Kansas City. And then from Kansas City, I went to Korea.
Did you find it hard to leave the United States? Was like your family being here?
No,
No?
no.
Did you guys stay in contact?
Yes.
While? Okay.
It was a time change, and
Yeah.
you'd have to call them like late in the evening your time, but it would be morning in the States.
You had a nice normal time in the Army. What was life like after it? What was it like when you left it? Like, were you excited or?
I was excited, but it's like an adjustment you have to get used to.
Mhm.
Not having to wake up at 6, 5 in the morning, staying up for like overnight duties. It was kind of relaxing, but you do miss it after a while.
So you found it difficult to readjust with civilian life?
Yeah, for a little while.
For a little while.
But then it changes.
Right. So do you have any words to give to people who are either interested in the Army or any like words of encouragement?
Yeah. Basically, don't limit yourself. You can take the ACTs, the SATs to guide you as far as your career path or choices, but also the ASVAB is out there also. So don't just say, well, I'm not going to take that because it's going to commit me to the military. It doesn't.
Right.
You can use it as a tool, as a stepping stone also. So that way, if you don't pass the ACTs or the SATs, you always have the ASVAB to fall back on, and you can join the military. And basically, those are wavered.
Yeah.
So you can still take your college courses while on active duty. And then also, don't let people get inside your head. And what I mean by that is basically their goals aren't the same as yours, and they're not going to be. Either you can take them with you or you can leave them behind. So if you leave them behind, you'll pick up other friends on active duty or reserves or what have you. And lastly, don't be afraid to explore. You got to leave your comfort zone and enjoy life because there's more out there to see than what you see in front of you.
Yeah. So before we wrap up the segment, we have one more surprise. Vania's daughter, Valencia, actually made something for her, which she is here to present today. So she made this in welding to honor the Veterans Day. Valencia, if you want to give a little brief introduction about what you made.
So together in the welding program, we knew that Veterans Day was coming up, and knowing that it was my mom, we wanted to do something to honor her. So we made a little plaque right here, and it has Army tanks. It's an Army field picture, and we just kind of cut it out and put it on a stand for her to set up at home. And then here with Curtis, we have a support the military sign, and it's just painted matte and black, and it has a little girl because she's a girl, and the Army person, as in carrying down the generation of the Army.
All right, well, that's amazing. That's great. And thank you guys for watching, and happy Veterans Day.
We honor you, we honor you, for sacrifices made, for courage you display. We honor you,
The origins of taps, the distinctive bugle melody played at U.S. military funerals and memorials as a lights-out signal to soldiers at night, date back to the American Civil War. In July 1862, U.S. General Daniel Butterfield and his brigade were camped at Harrison's Landing, Virginia, recuperating after the 7 days battle near Richmond. Dissatisfied with the standard bugle call employed by the Army to indicate to troops it was time to go to sleep, and thinking the call should sound more melodious, Butterfield reworked an existing bugle call used to signal the end of the day. After he had his brigade bugler, Private Oliver Wilcox Norton, play it for the men, buglers from other units became interested in the 24-note tune, and it quickly spread throughout the Army, and even caught on with the Confederates. Not long after Butterfield created taps, it was played for the first time at a military funeral for a Union cannoneer killed in action. The man's commanding officer, Captain John Tidball, decided the bugle call would be safer than the traditional firing of 3 rifle volleys over the soldier's grave, a move which could have been confused by the nearby enemy as an attack. As for the name taps, the most likely explanation is that it comes from the fact that prior to Butterfield's bugle call, the lights-out call was followed by 3 drum beats, dubbed the drum taps, as well as the taps, and then simply taps. When Butterfield's call replaced the drum beats, soldiers referred to it as taps, although this was an unofficial moniker, according to taps historian and bugle expert Jerry Villanueva. He notes that Butterfield's bugle call was officially known as extinguished lights in American military manuals until 1891. Since that time, taps also has been a formally recognized part of U.S. military funerals.